This is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. Yeah, today is the day before the 4th of July, making it the 3rd of July. Yeah, I figured I'd go out. It's after a rain. It rained earlier this morning. I was going to do a product review, but it rained, and so why aren't I doing the product review now? Well, and what time is it right now? According to this, 11:33 on my smartwatch. Yeah, 11:33. I decided, nah. The angle of the sun won't really show off the color of the bike as well as I think it could be. The thing is, if I do it early in the morning, I usually end up with a better looking. All right, let me pass this up here. The guy's waiting for me, so we'll go through. If the angle of the sun is not right and it hits the bike, sometimes you don't get to see the nice colors some of the bikes have. So this new bike that they have come in is actually kind of nice looking. And so I said, well, I want to show off the color a little bit. And being the time of day that it is, it's going to be a little too harsh on the sun. So I figured, now, better wait. We'll do it another day. So let me tell you a little bit about that bike that came in. It's came in through FedEx. Here we go again with FedEx. I'll tell you the story. Now, I recorded some other things ahead of time, which probably won't even come out till later. You'll hear me talking about the FedEx stuff then. But I figured maybe I'll just put this video out first. I wanted to get it out as fast as I can and let you guys see it. So, all right, so here's the story, okay? So FedEx had told us that they were going to deliver a bike to me. I says, great, it's supposed to come in, when did they say? It's supposed to be Monday. It's not coming on Monday. We're going to come in early at Saturday. Well, I know that never happens, never does. So no matter what they say, it never comes in when they tell me it's going to come in. So I said, okay, it's probably not going to show up on Saturday, and it didn't, okay? So I figured, okay, it'll be the next business day. It'll be in on Monday. No. They decided to re-deliver on Sunday. Yeah, I didn't realize that they had Sunday as a potential delivery dates. But I guess there's so many packages nowadays that companies are willing to deliver on Sundays. But the thing is, on weekends, people have things to do. I mean, they've been working all day, all weekday long, and they want to go places on their weekends. So they may not be home. So of course I wasn't home on Sunday. I was at church. So I'm thinking, okay, if it doesn't say out for delivery, it won't be out for delivery. But no, it actually said out for delivery on their app. So I says, okay, it's coming in 10:30 to 2:30. Well, yeah, I didn't get back until maybe 12:30-ish, 12:40, 12:45, something like that. Yeah, they showed up half hour before I got home. So yeah, it wasn't delivered on Sunday. That's okay, no big deal. They have to come back, so they were going to come back on Monday, which is basically what we expected would happen anyways. It would probably be on Monday, right? So I said, okay, that's fine. So here comes on Monday, and the delivery driver, which is a different delivery driver. We already saw who the delivery driver was last time because, they ring your doorbell, and if you have a ring cam, you see them there. But I wasn't around to accept, so it didn't really matter. So this was a different driver. So they must have moved the bike to a different truck because it wasn't even the same truck. So they take it off the first truck, put it onto another one, which was just kind of like a van, really. It wasn't really that big, but my bike takes up a lot of space. So this guy's delivered to me before many times, and of course, being FedEx, you know what he's going to ask for, right? And we had a video about this before, that they want to scan your ID. So he asks for my ID to scan. I go, yeah, I'm not going to let you scan it. He goes, what? You have to. I go, no, I don't. He goes, no, you have to. I go, no, I don't. I says, let me show you the regulations that your company has. So I had a screenshot of that regulation on FedEx saying that if you refuse to scan it, then the driver has to manually put down your name and manually put down your birth date. I says, you can put that down, but you can't scan my ID. He goes, why not? I says, identity theft. I don't want my ID scanned. Oh, well, nobody's ever done that before. I says, well, I'm going to do it because I'm not letting you do it. So now he's a little frustrated, right? I says, get used to it, because it says every time you come and deliver a bike to me, this is exactly what I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to let you scan it. So he's searching all over. He's searching all over his app on his scanning device, which is also the device that they use where you have to manually sign for it, right? And he finally finds the area where it tells him that he could manually put in the birth date and manually type in my name and then have me sign for it. So he's struggling to do it, and you got to scroll through the January, February, March, April, all that stuff, and then scroll through the dates and then scroll through the year. Well, my years are way in the back because, I'm like 65 years old. So he's scanning, he's doing it all. Then he says, okay, I got that in there. What's your name? So I give him my name. He goes, okay, sign. So as I go to sign for it, I guess, as you're moving your fingers along, one of my fingers must have touched the screen outside of the signing area, and it pops him out of the thing. He goes, no, don't touch anything else. I go, sorry. So he had to do the whole thing again. I sign for it, he takes it, drops my thing off, doesn't help me bring it into the garage or anything like that, and just leaves, because he's all upset, right? Here's the thing, okay? Don't let them scan your ID. I mean, there's enough identity theft options. Now, FedEx will claim that, we only gather the data from your birthday and your name. How do we know that? How do we know when you scan the back of my driver's license, all the other stuff doesn't go in there too, right? And do you want that hanging around on FedEx's servers and everything? No, don't let them scan it. I mean, I don't even want to give them my birth date, but okay, I'll give them my birth date and my name, but I'm not going to let them scan it. So here's what I'm going to tell you. Anytime you get a FedEx thing and they ask you to do it, refuse. Refuse to do it. Don't let them do it, okay? So it takes a little longer, yeah. And then if they say, well, I can't do it, just tell them, well, then I'm not going to accept the package. Take it back and then have someone else bring it then. They're gonna find it, all right? And then tell them, too, where they can find it. It's on the same machine that they use to scan their IDs with, okay? He just has to search for it, and it will tell him, and you could tell him, hey, others have done this too, and I could now tell all the other drivers who might show up, say, hey, don't tell me you can't because I've done it before. All they have to do is search through their scanner, and it'll tell them to do this. It'll tell them to get my birth date and manually scroll through and get the January, February, Marches and all that stuff and all the dates, and then they'll have to put down my name, okay, and then it'll pop up the signing signature thing, and then it'll ask him if he had actually physically seen the ID, and he'll have to attest to that and check mark that. That's what it's going to say. So we know now that's what's going to happen. All right, so I just want to update you guys with that in case you get your bikes or any other products that come. All right, there you go. Public service from Russ is right. Yeah, I mean, FedEx won't like it, but hey, why should they have all your data? So now you know. All right. So what is this bike that's come in? I can't tell you. I can't tell you. Can't tell you, but it's a good one. All right. Now, okay, I know all you guys are thinking, oh, it's got to be that wired bike. No, it's not. Right? It's not. Don't get your hopes up. Everyone thinks that's the one. No, I still haven't heard anything from them yet. So, we don't know. Let's go this way. We usually go the other way. Let's go this way. I took this way before, but let's just go this way for the fun of it. All right, so what are we doing today? Well, I figured, after rain, it's kind of humid, and it is, by the way. It is kind of humid. But I figured if I have some wind blowing on me, it wouldn't be so bad. Yeah. Oh, thank you, too, to all you guys. You see the smartwatch on my thing here? Let me move this over here. This thing, remember that? I can't angle it. My wrists don't turn that way. It only turns so far, so you can't see all the data on it. But thank you for all of you who have ordered a smartwatch based on that review. I got notification from the smartwatch company saying that people have placed orders from your video. I go, oh, thank you so much. So yeah, it's a good watch. I have it on right now. Let me tell you this about the watch. All right, since a couple of you guys have ordered some. When you go and try the functions that do like the cycling, there's like 170 options of things, and some of them are just kind of redundant. It's just they have a name for it, but it doesn't matter. You can find something out of that 170 that is something that you do. Some of them are just timers, really. They don't tell you too much other stuff, but the cycling one is on here, and so I've tried that, and I mentioned on the review that it didn't really work on the watch. It said that you have to have a longer run time in order for it to track all that. Well, yeah, let's turn this way here. Well, sometimes I don't want to do a longer one. Maybe I want to do a shorter one, right? And you still want to track where you went. Use the app, okay? Use the phone app to start that tracking. I find that the phone app things for those are actually better than what's directly on the watch. It has more data. It's got a map and everything. It's got GPS function on your smart on your phone that maybe the smartwatch has a problem with trying to track by itself. So yeah, go directly to the app and then track that way. All right, just give you a hint for those who would order in case you want to track your bike rides and the like, and that will track well. Okay. All right. Oh, what other things too? But well, since we're talking about the watch, let me talk about some of the other things of the watch too. Sometimes you can't say all the stuff on the review because it's it says an introduction to the product. But all right, let's talk a little bit about this heart rate and blood pressure thing, because people were saying, oh, those things can't be too good. Yeah, they're not perfect. They're probably off. I'm not saying that they're perfect, but it's a baseline. It's somewhere for me to kind of get an idea where we're roughly at. Oh, dead end over here. Where's this thing go? No outlet, dead end. This whole thing just stops. All right, well, we can't go there. It gets you a rough idea, right? And that's good enough. In my opinion, that's good enough. You can't expect this thing to be, medically perfect. It's not gonna be. All right. But I mean, if your heart rate is high, it's going to tell you that, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 beats different than the true reading, whatever it happens to be. What difference does that make? If it's high, it's high. It's telling you it's high. All right. If it's low, it's low, and it's going to tell you that. And it'll alarm it for you too. You can set the alarm system so that if it drops below a certain heart rate or whatever, that it will tell you. So that's really kind of what I use it for. And there's other features too. I've used the calculator. I used it for a phone. All right. I mean, I like the fact that I can keep my arm at like if I have my arms on a chair. All right. It's just resting on the chair. I could talk to somebody with the arm resting on the armrest, and not have to bring the watch directly to my mouth, and they can hear me perfectly fine. They say it's actually really clear, and I can hear them too through the watch. I mean, that's convenience, right? So there are convenient things that the watch will do for you that maybe you can't do easily if you just had a phone on, right? So, all right. So again, thank you for those who have supported the channel and purchased the smartwatch. I hope it works out for you well. I mean, it's not an expensive thing in comparison to other smartwatches out there. You know, $149.99 is the current price on it. At one time, it was $129.99 when I first received the unit. Which way am I going? Oh yeah, back this way. It says dead end, but I think you get through. So it does. It had gone back to its regular pricing, which is $149.99. At one time, it was on sale for $129.99, and that's why I mentioned $129.99 under review. But it's back to where it was, $149.99. It's okay. I mean, it's $20 more, sure, but even at that price, it's still a good deal. It's still better than paying the big dollars that the iWatch will charge. All right. You know, is the iWatch better? Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't have one. I can't tell you, but I could tell you this: the iWatch costs a lot more money than this thing. So yeah, it's a good thing. It's fun. To me, it's fun playing with the watch. And I have another device too. Depending on when I release this video, I will probably release this. I'm gonna release this the day after 4th of July, so July 5th. But if you watch on the Monday, the coming Monday, I have another device that I'll do a review for, and you can see that at that point I have that on now too. All right, but I can't show it to you. Yeah, too early to show it to you. Just wait till Monday. Wait for the Monday video and you'll see it. Yeah, it's another nice device. Okay, I'm not sure where this kid's gonna go here. Okay. She's slowing down there, so I guess she's gonna turn, but nobody knew. All right, so anyway. So we are on the Engwe Engine Pro 2.0. Now, the Engine Pro will throttle to 20 miles per hour, but it'll pedal to 28. All right. It's got suspension in the back. It's got suspension in the front. Yeah, it's a full suspension bike. So anyway, what else has been going on? Well, hopefully you guys had a good 4th of July. This, as I'm recording, this is the 3rd of July, but yeah, we're going to Daughter Wright's house on the 4th of July. Yeah, so spent some time with them, and then that's about it. I don't know what they're gonna do there, but it's always good to spend time with family. They tell me that the 4th of July will be the busiest travel day. Yeah, well, you have to go places, right? You got to do things. I'm not going anywhere like way out of town or anything like that. So, ours is just a drive. But, if you're driving on the highways or you're traveling on the air, I'm sure it was a pretty busy day, 4th of July. Any type of holiday is always difficult for travel because people go out and do things, right? So, yeah, not us. We're hanging around. You guys get a lot of fireworks going on. Usually for us in this general area, we have a lot of people doing fireworks. I don't know why, but they do. You make it illegal and people want to do it. That's the thing. I always wondered, in areas where fireworks are not illegal, do you still get a lot of fireworks being blown off? I mean, here in Illinois, people will travel to Indiana, cross the state lines, and right at the cross of the state lines, there's usually places selling fireworks because they know people will come and buy it, even though it's not legal in Illinois. It was sold in Indiana. They cross back on the state lines. That's their problem. That's how they kind of see it. Because they can legally sell it in Indiana. So you see that. I think in Wisconsin too, if I'm not mistaken. Russ is never wrong. I told you guys that. Yeah, I believe they have it in Wisconsin as well. So, yeah, people will cross the state lines and go to places that sell fireworks just to get the fireworks and bring it back. Yeah, we never did that. Not to say we never had fireworks as a kid. I remember, we did our fair share of blowing off firecrackers and stuff too, but we never had the real expensive stuff, the really big stuff. We only had like firecrackers. Punks, remember what punks are? That's not really fireworks. You go to Chinatown, you can get fireworks. You can get firecrackers and punks and all that stuff. Because, you know, in Chinatown, they'll blow off fireworks whenever there's like a new opening of a restaurant, you know, and it's accepted. I don't know, they must have some type of ruling of getting some type of permit or something. But yeah, you can go to stores and they all sell fireworks down there. They all sell firecrackers. I don't know if they sell the big stuff, but they sell firecrackers. And you can go locally, you know, you go to the food stores. Some of them will sell fireworks, but they're the milder fireworks. Must be allowed or something. You know, you'll find sparklers and stuff like that. Maybe that stuff's allowed, I don't know. But anything like, you know, M80s or anything like that, you're not going to find that at a food store. So maybe certain things are allowed, certain other things are not. I don't know. I haven't blown off a firecracker since I was a little kid. So, but yeah, we hear it all the time. You know, especially around the 4th of July. Everyone, like, it's almost like they test fire. They try it out first, a couple days before it happens, and then goes crazy later, right? And you know, New Year's and things, you hear people blowing things off all the time. Whatever. It's their way of celebration, I guess. So, that's the general info I wanted to let you guys know. I'm just going to ride around. I mean, there's no real purpose of whatever. I have not gone anywhere far, as you know, in a while, but I will try to do that soon. I know it's going to get hotter, but, you know, we had like 90-something degree weathers before, and that kind of kept me away from riding in those conditions. But yeah, I would like to at least make one ride to the Botanic Garden, and I kept thinking about which bike would I take. The biggest issue always has been, you know, range, because I know that ride from where I am to get to where I need to go and back is at least a little over 60 miles, maybe like 62 miles or something like that. I don't know the exact amount, but it is over 60. So, you know, if you got a bike that can do 30 and you got a second battery that does 30, you come right up on the edge of maybe not making it back. You might be shy by a couple miles, you know, depending on how you rode. So, so because of that, we're not going to take certain bikes. All right, I'm going to have to pass through this again, and that guy, I'm sure, is not too happy. I'm going to go around this way. Let's go this way. Get away from that guy. Yeah, that's the construction guys. Don't want to be there. So I kept thinking, what do I have that's got at least 3 batteries? And that would be the Magicycle Jaguar Rundy, or some of the Himiway bikes. Steal it off of one bike and then get the secondary battery from that and bring it with the other bike. So that would bring me 3 batteries. But those are big and heavy. So I kept thinking the Jaguar Rundy from Magicycle might actually do it, because I remember we were getting something like, what was it, 28 or 30 miles out of that thing if we were conservative in how we used it. And I have multiple batteries. I have multiple batteries for that. Let's turn here. I have multiple batteries, and I could put it inside that toolbox, right? Stick it in the toolbox and carry 2 batteries, and then use one in the actual bike. So I think those are only like 15 amp hour batteries, but 3 of those will give me 45 amp hours. And I don't think that bike eats up as much power as some of the bigger bikes. Now, it's a 20-inch fat tire bike, kind of like this one here. 20-inch fat tire bike. It's not as big as the Rad Rover 5 that I typically use to get to the Botanic Garden, but that bike has been sold off, as you know. And I had 40 amp hours with that bike, and I made it. So the question now is, will the 3 15 amp hour batteries, which essentially will give me 45 amp hours, make it there and back? I think it would. Yeah, because while this thing is a 750 watt motor, it'll peak a little higher than that. I don't know what the actual peaking of it is. Probably over 1,000 something watts. The Rad Rover will only peak at 750, so that's why I was always able to get the range that it was needed, because it doesn't go and eat up all your power, right? So I might take that one and just take it easier getting there, take a nice long ride to get out there and bring you guys along. So stay tuned for stuff like that. All right. All right, I don't know when we'll do it, but we'll try. And I've been waiting, of course, for the cicadas and everything to go away. I think they're kind of gone at this point. Most of them are. But here's an interesting thing, all right? Now, I've been saying all along that we had no cicadas in our neighborhood. Yeah, I think we got them now. Our guys are kind of late bloomers. They may not be the brood that everyone was talking about, the 17-year ones. It might be the annual cicadas that are coming out, because I went outside last night and I could hear them in our trees. Not a lot, but I could hear them. And so I just said, well, whereas we thought we didn't have any, maybe we actually do now. So yeah, our guys are kind of late bloomers. They didn't come out and make noise when they should have made noise. They waited until everyone was done. Now they're out. How's your neighborhoods? I had some people tell me that, where they had lots of cicadas before, most of them have died off and they could smell them now. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I mean, where did they go when they die? They just fall, right? So... yeah, one person told me, he said he thought it smelled like mulch, but then as he thought about it, he goes, maybe those are dead cicadas. It could be. It could very well be. So, hey, it is what it is, like they say. All right. Well, anyway, at least I got a chance to go out today. I didn't want to at least miss the opportunity to go out, and I did want to let you guys know about the FedEx situation. Yeah, don't let those guys scan it. Yeah, I got something else coming in, but it's accessories. I think it's an accessory for the Mooncool. Remember the Mooncool cargo bike? Yeah, they sent me some accessories, and that should be showing up. What did they say this time for FedEx? I think it says early arrival Saturday, expected in the original on Tuesday. Really? What day do you think that's going to show up? Well, that one being an accessory, they don't have a thing that says adult signature required, so they're just going to drop it at your front door and leave. Yeah, well, that's okay. That's not so bad, but I think that's the next thing expected to come in. So what about other products, Russ, besides... what about products that are not e-bikes? Yeah, nothing at this point. I've had offers for certain products, but I have not accepted any. One of them came in and looked pretty interesting, but I don't think I can demonstrate it very well. So I'm going to have to say no to it. Yeah, so what kind of things are they that are being offered? Well, okay, like this one that was offered recently is a projection system. It's not a projection. What it does is it's a transmitter receiver. So let's say you have a laptop and you want to transmit that to your television, okay? And you don't want to do it with wires. So it plugs into your computer. It transmits it to your television, which has the receiver portion of it, probably plugged into the HDMI or something, and then you can wirelessly put that on your television. So you might be thinking, well, why can't you demonstrate that? Well, yeah, I already told you guys before. Yeah, I'm not allowed to show the house or anything in the house. Mrs. Wright has her rules, so I don't see how I can actually demonstrate that properly. Plus, it's a 1080p only. I thought, that's a little limiting now. I mean, a lot of everything else is now 4K, some of them even higher, right? So I kept thinking, no, it's not as good. It's not that expensive. It's $100-something. But no, I think I will pass on it. So there are things that are offered that are kind of interesting products that you could do, but I can't demonstrate it properly. If I can't demonstrate it properly, I can't take it. I got to make a good video. I don't want to just like do a halfway video somewhere. That's not fair to them. So, and there's been other things too, automotive type things. I can't show that. and I don't have an interest in it either, so not doing that. What other things have we been offered? Yeah, there's almost daily there's something being offered. It's just that most of the products are things that I said, yeah, I'm not even interested in that. If I'm not interested, you're probably not interested either. Gotta take only the good stuff so you can see the fun stuff that's available, right? I mean, like everyday products. Well, who cares? You can get that anywhere. You don't need to see that demonstrated, right? And then there's other products that are like real inexpensive products that are like maybe like $29 products. I'm not going to show that. You can get that on Amazon. It doesn't really matter. You don't need to see it. We want to see some of the good stuff. So anyway, so yeah, I haven't used the P.O. box past the 2 products that I've accepted so far, which is the Smartwatch, of course, and then the other product that I have on, which is also health related, but can't show that to you. Watch on Monday. Watch on Monday, see the review for it. It's a good product. I think you'll like it. All right, that's about all I have for you guys for today. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. We'll get on other bikes, we'll ride along, and one day we'll do the Botanic Garden ride, the nice long ride. Got to find a good day, one that's not raining, hopefully one that's not real hot either. Talk to you guys next time.